Hello my airsoft friends! Most of the channel members are probably already know that I've been playing with a HPA airsoft replica as well, besides of many AEGs for more than a year now. For those of you who may not have heard the term HPA, it very simplified means that the gun is powered by high pressure air. As long as I have this replica, I find that the biggest headache by having a HPA replica is filling the air tank. If there is a range, maybe a site or a shop near to you where they can fill your HPA tank, then maybe it's not such a big problem for you. But if you don't have one nearby, or if you want to solve this filling problem by yourself at home, probably the most comfortable and the most convenient way to do that is a high pressure compressor. Well, guess what? VEVOR was so kind, they actually sent me such a compressor. If you are interested what you get in the box, how to use a compressor like this, how much time does it take to fill up a tank, and what my thoughts about it, then stay with me, we start right away. An important disclaimer first. I got this product from VEVOR completely free. We agreed in exchange I will create an unboxing and review video for you guys about the compressor, but none of the VEVOR representatives said anything about what I should say in this video, so everything you will hear, those are my own opinions and not something I have to say to you. And with that said, let's get straight to the point. The compressor is very compact. It comes in a small box. It weighs about 10 kilograms and it's very carefully packed. The edges and corners of the cardboard box are reinforced. The walls are thick and the inside is filled with foam. So with that, the product will probably not be damaged during the shipment. The product comes with a lot of accessories. You will get additional filter inserts, O-rings, fuses, power cables, as this compressor additionally can be used from car batteries from 12 volts. Of course, the 12 volts power cable is also included in this accessories baggage. The other thing you get in this box is the user manual, which is, not exceptional, but having a well-documented maintenance routine description with images and everything, that's, I have to say, that's exceptional actually. And last but not least, you get the compressor, which is suitable to fill up your maximum 1.5 liters tank to maximum 300 bars, which equals to 4500 psi's. As I see around me, the most common HPA tank is the 0.8 liters 3000 psi tanks. So I have this tank and we will try the compressor out with my 0.8 liter tank. Let's check out the compressor itself. On the back you can find the power connection options, AC and DC, and the fuse. As I said earlier, this model works both from 230 watt socket or 12 volts DC input. On the top of the compressor there is a handle, an LED display that communicates the temperature and certain statuses, as well as the pressure gauge, which can also be set for automatic shutdown. This means that if the pressure reaches the specified level set on the pressure gauge, the compressor will switch off automatically. At the front, you can find the 8mm quick connector, a safety burst disc, the bleed valve, and the switch for the compressor itself and the fans. There are also two large fans responsible for cooling. On the other side of the compressor, there is also a holding bracket for the 12 volt battery connection cables. Although it's not written in the user manual, it's worth to check if every connection is tight and stays its place, and also worth to check if the filter insert is installed into the filter housing. And as we are talking about the filter, It's important to note that it's really nice that you have an actual water and oil filter out of the box. Actually, you get additional filter inserts out of the box, but it's worth buying an additional better quality water and oil separator filter, because if you want to avoid anything during filling your HPA tank is to get any water, oil or any contamination into your tank, because from the tank it goes to the regulator and from there it goes to your gun. I also ordered an additional one, this one actually, and I don't like to go into stereotypes that make me feel bad, but some people say the bigger the better. Now let's check how to use this compressor and what to pay attention to when you are using it. This machine is not cooled by water and oil, this only uses air for cooling. So there is no need to take care of additional water and water pump, and there are no additional precautions before you actually start using it. In practice, you basically plug it into your power source and it's ready to go. So the first thing, as I just mentioned before, is to connect your compressor to its power source. And with that, it will also start the vents on a basic RPM. Now we can connect the tank to the compressor using the 8mm quick connect hose. And then you can close the bleed valve. It doesn't have to be super tight, just finger tight, so don't read the threads. You can feel when it stops and that's just fine. Now you can set the required pressure on the pressure gauge by turning this needle up and down basically. As I've mentioned before, when the pressure reaches that value, the compressor will shut down by itself automatically. It may worth to lower this value by like 10% than your actual target, because probably these gauges are not 100% accurate, so it's still better to go a bit lower than to overfill your tank. After that, we can turn on the fans and the compressor itself. And I'm saying this right now because after I turn it on, you will probably not hear anything else. During the air compression, you should keep your eyes on the pressure gauges, both on the compressor and on your tank, and additionally on the thermometer on your compressor. And if you can see any anomaly at all, then you should turn your compressor off. Additional very important things to say: always use the bleed valve after the air compression is done. Never disconnect the bottle from the compressor without using the bleed valve, because there could be up to 300 bars of pressure in that hose. Never restart your compressor if you haven't used the bleed valve yet, because starting the compressor against pressure in the hose can damage your compressor. And one other thing, whether you manually turn the compressor off or it automatically switched off because it reached the desired pressure level, you should leave the fans running for like 10 minutes to allow it to cool down. Since the compressor condensates water during its operation, it's worth to restart the compressor for a few seconds after using it and after the hose is disconnected in order to flush out the condensed water collected in the valve. You should also check the water and oil separator filter, because as you can see on this footage, it can collect a lot of condensed water during the compression. This is why it's suggested to get an additional filter. I can express my experience with this little compressor just after a few usages. Based on these, I can tell the greatest advantage of this compressor is how easy to use it, how convenient to use it, especially because there is no need for water cooling for handling and dealing with the additional water and water pump. I would like to highlight that even if it's air-cooled compressor, it can keep itself very cool. So at room temperatures, I was running it for more than 20 minutes to fill up this tank from 0 to 3000 psi, and it went just beyond 40 Celsius, which is from a air-cooled compressor. I would say that's just great. I'm sure that if I follow the advices I just listed like a minute ago, this compressor will be really useful for a long time. If someone regularly plays with a HPA gun and let's say they need one, maybe two, more like two fillings monthly, and filling the tanks is a difficulty for them, then this is something which can be a great option. This compressor is actually a valid investment, and if you don't want to invest just by yourself and many of your team members are running HPA guns and you can just buy one of these compressors for the whole team, then there is no doubt this is a great deal. And now you say, well, that's nice, Antti, but how much does it cost? Specifically for this type of compressor, you can find a direct link and a coupon code in the video description. And with those, and now, you can buy this compressor for just above 200 euros with free shipping. And the shipping actually only took 2 working days for me. And now I guess it's time to say something bad about this compressor, which is pretty hard, but I would like to highlight that the compressor allows a lot of user errors. For example, you can run the compressor without turning the fans on, or for example, it doesn't use the bleed valve automatically when you shut down the compressor. So this is the only thing I can highlight as a, let's say, negative thing about this compressor. And yes, there are compressors which can do these things automatically, but they cost 5, maybe 6 times more than this compressor. If you have any questions, maybe comments about this compressor, just drop them into the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you would like to see similar videos like this on this channel, hit the subscribe button. See you in the field. Bye!